So students, how all of you are doing? I believe that all of you are doing great. So welcome back to our another class for subject science. So today we are going to learn about changing shadows 6.3. So last week we learned about does the sun move, okay, but sun does not move in real, okay. Actually sun does not move. It's the earth that spins around its axis. So that's why we see the sun, but we don't feel it. The earth is rotating around on its axis. That's why we can see the sun is moving, okay, but in actually it does not move. And today we will learn about changing shadows, okay. So what is the definition of shadow? First, definition of shadow. A shadow is a dark real image area where from a light source is blocked by an object, okay. So how shadows are formed, okay. So imagine you go outside in the sun, okay, you are walking everywhere and you see a dark image, okay, a dark area, okay, you can see on the floor, or if you go outside you can see on the road, okay, if you stop somewhere you can see, okay. So when the light is blocked from any light source, so then shadow is formed, okay. So you can do it, you can see at home, even at home, when you excuse me. So when you stand in front of a light, okay, or you put anything in front of light, so you will so then the light is blocked by that thing, so the shadow is formed, okay. So but changing shadow, what does it mean, changing shadows, okay. So like you can see, if you, okay, imagine you keep the light this side, okay, so your shadow will be on this side. You bring the light on this side, okay, so your shadow will come this side. So that's how shadow changes, okay. So let me read first, okay. Activity 6.3a and 6, okay, changing shadows. Do shadows move? Go outside at different times. Ask a friend to draw round your shadow. Stand in the same place each time or your test will be unfair, okay. Unfair means it will not be correct. What do you think will happen? Will your shadow be in the same place each time? This is a sundial. Like back in the days, they did not have a clock, so they used to have a sundial. Can you see the shadow? As the earth turns past the sun, shadows move too. On a sundial, the shadow tells the time. Look at the picture. Can you tell what time is it? So they used to have sundial, okay, to check the time of the day, because that time they did not have clock like we are talking about long times ago, okay. So sundial works in the sun, so and with shadow, okay. So as the sun moves, okay, like earth spins and sun change, we see the sun in a different position, so and the shadows change as well, okay. Shadow changes as well on the sundial. So that's how they used to check time. So activity 6.3b, shadows length. Rita is measuring the length of shadows. She wants to answer the question, does the length of a shadow change? Measure the length of a shadow at different times. What do you think will happen? So shadows does not have a same length all the time. It changes, okay. Same length means it does not remain the same size all the time. It always changes. So in the morning and evening the sun is low and shadows are long, okay. So when it's in the morning, when just after sunrise, okay, so if you see a shadow or before sunset, because the sun is low, sun is down, okay, like then you will see a long shadow. Okay, at midday the sun is higher. So in the morning, suppose I am standing here. Okay, so in the morning sun comes out this way. Okay, so I will block, like from here I will block the sun rays from this side. Okay, from whole side. Okay, so you can see my longer shadow. Okay, when the sun goes here in the midday, okay, it will only block my this part. Okay, so you will see a short, okay, shadow. Like at midday the sun is higher in the sky and shadows are shorter. Okay, so let's have a look here. Okay, so so this is the sun. Okay, so now you can say sun is on this side. Okay, and shadow is formed this side. Okay, so shadow is always formed on the opposite side of the light source. If light source is on this side, like sun, light bulb, any, okay, so your shadow will be formed this side. If light source is on this side, shadow will be formed this side. Okay, so as you can see here, sun is here, so shadow is formed this side. So when the earth spins, sun goes on the other side, like here. Now sun is here, you can see shadow is changed. Okay, so shadow, when the sun changes its position, shadow also change. Okay, so you can see shadow on this side. Okay, so shadow and sun, so this activity. Okay, so here is a stick. Okay, this is sunbeam. Okay, so this is sunbeam. Okay, so now the sun is here. Okay, so and this side. Okay, so let's see this one first. Okay, so now the sun is here and shadow is formed here. Okay, so you can see this line. Okay, it's straight line from sun to the end of shadow, but it goes across this stick. Okay, so this is a stick, this is a real stick, this is shadow. Okay, so okay. So this is a stick. Okay, and this one is shadow. Okay, so as you can see, when it's a straight line here. Okay, but when it goes from here until here, it goes across this edge. Okay, the top of this stick. So when sun changes its position, it comes this side, the shadow goes that side, shadow is formed this side, and again you can see a straight line. Okay, starting from here, go across this and here. This is what we call sunbeam. Okay, we call it sunbeam. Okay, so so that's all about shadows, how shadows are formed. Okay, and shadows have different angles. Okay, so maybe in your next class in future you will learn about shadow angles, because shadow is always formed in angles. Okay, so now coming on to your task 1. So your task 1 is on, I can write down here, task 1. Okay, page number 42. Okay, part 2 of the book. Okay, so let me check first. Skill builder. Okay, part 2, skill builder. Okay, so what you need to do is, you can see shadow hand. Okay, so shadows are short when the sun is high in the sky, shadows are long when the sun is low in the sky. You will need a bucket of soil. Okay, so now what you need to do, the children have made a shadow stick. They have drawn the shadow each hour this morning. Predict the draw in the shadows for. Okay, So they have made for 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Okay, so now you need to draw for 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Okay, so you check like this. Okay, the sun is here. Okay, so the sun will be moving that side. Okay, so 12 o'clock here, so 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Draw same. Okay. Write the time by each shadow. Okay, so then you need to write the time. Okay, make your own shadow stick and repeat this activity. Okay, this is activity, you don't have to do it. Okay, so or you can do it. I will tell you how to do it. Okay, so number 3 I will explain you. Okay, I will tell you how to do it. Okay, so this is your task 1. Okay, and if you will have any questions, any doubts regarding today's lesson, you can ask me, or if you will have any confusion, doubts about your task 1, you can ask me. I will be there to help you. Okay, so that's it in the first video. I will see you in the next video. Hello students, welcome back to our second video for today. So you have done a great job doing your task 1. Okay, so in this video I will give you task 2. So today we are learning about changing shadows. Okay, so your task 2 will be on page number 32, part 2. Okay, so part 2 of your book. Okay, so here you can see here. Okay, so this exercise will check that you can measure carefully. Measure the shadow of this pencil. Use small plastic bricks, counters or coins. Make sure they are the same size, or it will be right that you have measured. Okay, so you will need something to measure. Okay, so you can see a pencil and shadows. Okay, so what you need, measure the shadow of this pencil. Use small plastic bricks, counters or coins. Make sure they all are right that you have measured with here. Okay, so you can measure with ruler. Okay, how long is this? Okay, so I will explain you how to measure. Okay, let me check it. So you can measure with the ruler. Okay, here I got one ruler here. Okay, so I will just place it here. Okay, so starting from the beginning here. Okay, so the first one is 8.5. Okay, 8.5 centimeter. Okay, so 8.5. Okay, so 8.5, and the next one is 6.5. Okay, so number of, you can write down here. Okay, so number of centimeters. Okay, and here you can write down the numbers. Okay, so and here draw the time of the shortest shadow. Okay, so the shortest shadow is this one, 12 p.m. so you have to draw the time. Okay, so this is your task 2. Okay, it's a bit tricky, it's fine. I will be there to help you with this. Okay, so if you will have any questions, any doubts, I will be there to help you. Okay, so that's it in the second video. I will see you in the last and third video. Hello students, welcome back to our third and last video for today. And today we learned about changing shadows. Okay, so what is the definition of shadow? Definition of shadow: a shadow is a dark real image area where from a light source is blocked by an object. Okay, so this is the definition of light. So now coming on to your homework. Okay, so first let's have a look here. Okay, so now the sun is this side. Okay, so shadows always change their positions. Okay, why it happens? So now the sun is this side and shadow is on the opposite side. Okay, this side. But when sun comes this side in this picture, shadow goes on the other side. So that means if the source of light is on this side, your shadow will be on this side. Okay, because shadow works, a shadow is formed in angles. Okay, so different angles you will learn in future. So if sunlight of source is this side, your shadow will be on this side. Okay, so here is a sunbeam. Okay, because it's a straight line from shadow until the light source, and it go across the the object that is blocking the sun rays. Okay, so your homework is on page number 43, challenge, last part of your book. Okay, so this is your homework. Okay, page number 43. Make a sundial. You will need card, sticky tack and a straw and chalk. Okay, so Sammy has made a sundial. If he puts it in the same place each day, he can tell the time. If he moves it each time, the test will be unfair. Sammy has drawn shadows at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock. Can you see the pattern? Okay, so you can see 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock. Okay, so the pattern is you can see the pattern goes from right to left. Okay, now make your own sundial. Okay, this is activity, but you cannot do it. But what I want you to do it, so time write down here 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock and measure the length. Okay, measure the length with ruler. Again use ruler. Okay, so use ruler, you can use ruler. Okay, like here, and write down the centimeters here. Okay, and next question, your shadow could be longer than the shadow of a tall tower. True or false? You need to say true or false. Your shadow can be could be longer than the shadow of a tall tower. True or false? Okay, so that's it for today. If you will have any questions, any doubts regarding homework, you can ask me. Okay, and don't forget to do your homework, and remember, always on your textbook always write with pencil, don't use pen. Okay, excuse me. So that's it for today, and thanks for participating. Take care, be safe. I will see you next week. Bye bye.